Okay, everybody. So today we're gonna make some NBA playoff picks. First, we got the Thunder versus the Grizzlies. Both of these teams have been putting up great numbers, and I both think this might be some good matchup, but not the best. I still think the Thunder are gonna get past them, beat the Grizzlies like 4-1, 4-1 in the thing. So I think the Thunder right here. Nuggets and the Clippers. So I would say I'm gonna take the Nuggets. Why? I feel like they've just been playing better and they've been more consistent. And the Clippers, I feel like they just have not been consistent enough to beat the Nuggets and win. So I think the Nuggets are going to pull this game off and win. And they're going to play against the Thunder. Next, we got the Lakers and the Timbers. Lakers were not putting up the best numbers at the beginning of the season. They were playing good enough, but not putting up the best numbers until they got Luka Doncic. Now they're just good. Now I would say they might have a really good chance of winning this. But there's one thing. I just believe in the Timberwolves more. I don't know why. I just feel like there's a slight tingle in my throat. See the tingle? I feel like the Lakers are going to lose somehow. I feel like Anthony Edwards are going to figure out how to beat Luka Doncic and LeBron. I think Anthony Edwards can pull it off and beat them. So I'm going to get it to the Timberwolves. Next, we got the Rockets and the Warriors. I just feel like the Rockets have not really been consistent for the past couple weeks. And the Rockets have been playing good, but they haven't really been consistent enough. So I feel like they might lose this game. But let's go for the Warriors. The Warriors, they have been playing really well. They came back at the season to get the 7th seed. They were like the 10th seed, and now they're the 7th, or like they were the 11th or 10th. Now they're the 7th. They've been playing good for the past couple weeks. Taking a large step from the beginning of the season. They've been consistent for the past couple weeks, so I kind of think they might win. The Warriors. Because, I don't know. I feel like they're just better. They've been playing better, and I think the Warriors might pull this off. The upset. So I'm going to give it to the Warriors. Now we have the East. First, we got the Cavaliers and the Heat. I know I'm a Heat fan. They have been playing well, the Heat. But, the Heat are not winning this. We all know that the Heat are not winning this. But they did last time they played. It was a close game. But this call, and I did not think that was the best. It was an okay call. It was a hard call, but just keep it on. It was a crazy play, and it was the tying of the game. But I still feel like the Cavs are gonna win this. It can go up to 7 games. It's the first of 4 wins. The Cavaliers are obviously winning this. Just get them. Pacers and the Bucks. I don't know why. I feel like the Pacers are consistent against good teams, but against bad teams, they just don't play the best. I feel like the Bucks might pull this out. Because I feel like if it's first 4 wins, I feel like the Bucks would pull off the Pacers. Because they're not consistent enough. The Pacers will not win this, I think. So I think the Bucks will pull this off and win the game. I just don't think the Pacers are consistent enough to win this. So we're giving it to the Bucks. Next, we got the Knicks and the Pistons. Going off the Pistons. The Pistons, awful last year. They've been playing pretty good this year. The Knicks, They've been pretty consistent, I would say. Pretty good team, pretty good roster. They've been playing pretty well, pretty consistency. I think the Knicks are probably going to pull this out. Just feels like the Pistons don't really have a good roster and players, but they do have some good talent and consistent. But they haven't really been putting up the numbers and like the points to beat the Knicks. So I'm going to give it to the Knicks. Next we have the Celtic and the Magic. Magic, they've been playing pretty well. They're in their division. The Celtics, I feel like they are probably going to pull this off. The Celtics have been playing really well. And the Magic have just been playing lose, win, lose, win, win, lose, win, win, lose. Like, they're just not consistent enough to keep on and play against the Celtics and be consistent enough to beat the Celtics. So that's why I'm taking the Celtics. Now we have the second round. The Thunder and the Nuggets. Thunder have a really good offense, playing really good. Not the best against the Nuggets, though. The Nuggets have been really good, playing great passing, great assist, great shooting in mid-range. They have a really good team on shooting in mid-range, and pretty good around the 3 in the mid-range. So, Thunder got SGA, which is the foul merchant. They've been playing. He's pretty good, and they have some good talent on their roster. The Thunder. The Nuggets have Jamal Murray, Russell Westbrook, and Nikola Jokic. Pretty good. Russell Westbrook, I don't even know why I mentioned him. He's just bad now. He's not good anymore. So they basically kind of got Jamal Murray and Nikola Jokic. I would say that's good enough to do some stuff. The Thunder, to get them on their nerves a little. But I'm going to give this to the Thunder. I just feel like the Thunder got a good offense, and then they're just going to pull out some victories at the last second. Because I think they got this, with the foul merchant might get some clutch fouls, to get some clutch free throws to win. So now, then we got the Timberwolves and the Warriors. Both of these teams pretty consistent. They both got good talent. One team has like pretty old players. They got some new players, but mostly. And then we got the Timberwolves with mostly not that much. They're kind of old, pretty old, mid-old. I don't even know why I'm talking about this, but just, yeah, they have that. So, Timberwolves and the Warriors. Timberwolves, they're coming off a win against the, what did they beat? I know they beat somebody. I don't even know who they beat the Lakers from my perspective. Coming off a win against the Lakers. But then the Warriors coming off a win against the Rockets. I would say, I think the Lakers are a harder opponent, even though the Rockets are a higher seed. I still think the Lakers are a harder opponent. Because they have been performing pretty well, and they haven't lost the game in like a while. Rockets just like came off a loss before they weren't playing good. They were playing good at the beginning of the season, kind of went down at the end of the season. I'm gonna give it to the Timberwolves. I think the Warriors could put up a good matchup, but I think the Warriors are going to lose trying to pull it off, being close, but I think the Timberwolves are going to pull it off and win. We have the Cavs and the Bucks. I think this is going to be a really good game. So we got the Cavs pulling off a win against the Heat. Yes, the Heat. They don't have a winning record. That's just not that impressive. It's just the Heat. And then we have the Bucks pulling off a win against the Pacers. They do really good against good teams, but not consistently. I think the Cavs have a good defense. They have a pretty good offense. I think Evan Mobley, Donovan Mitchell can do this. I would say they could probably pull this win off and win this. But let's go think about this closer. Bucks. The Bucks have some good talent on their roster. I think they could put up a good matchup against the Cavs. I would say Giannis Antetokounmpo could pull off some crazy stuff and beat the Cavs, but I'm just going to give this to the Cavs probably. But I feel like the Bucks might pull off something crazy. I feel like they can just do something strange, and I feel like they can just win this. So I'm going to actually give this to the Bucks. I feel like the Bucks are going to somehow figure out how to win. Now we have the Knicks and the Celtics. Celtics have been playing really well. Haven't been being consistent enough that much though. But they have been really good. The Knicks have been pretty good too. They beat the Pistons and I think so. The Pistons are pretty good, I would say. They're not the worst, they're pretty good. So then we have the Celtics, which Celtics have pretty good team, pretty good offense, and they might win this. I would say they could win this. The Celtics have been playing really well, pretty consistent, I would say. Not really consistent, but pretty consistent. I think they could pull it off against the Celtics. I think the Knicks could lose. They could beat the Celtics, but I'm taking the Celtics because I think they're going to pull this off and win this game. Now we got the Thunder and the Timberwolves. The Timberwolves just beat the Warriors. The Thunder beat the Nuggets. The Thunder have a really good offense. Both these teams have good offenses and pretty consistent. I don't know. This is going to be a hard game. Pretty good game. But I still think the Thunder are probably going to pull this off and win. Just because the Thunder I don't know, they aren't, but the Thunder are really consistent though. They have a good offense and they're sometimes consistent, pretty clutch. I think the Thunder are going to win this after the Timberwolves have made a pretty good thing. So I'm going to give this to the Thunder. Now we have the Thunder versus the Celtics or the Bucks. Bucks just beat the Cavs, which I don't actually really expect happening, but you never know, it might happen. So now we have the Bucks and the Celtics. The Celtics been playing really well, playing pretty good. So I would say they probably might pull out with this game. The Bucks have pretty good offense. They have mid defense. I think they could pull this off just because they have some talent, and I think they could do some impact on the Celtics. But I still think the Celtics are probably going to pull this off. And I would say the Celtics are going to win this game. Now it's the Thunder and the Celtics in the finals. Blue and green. Okay. So we have the Celtics, pretty good, playing great, and Thunder. They have a really good offense. They have some good players. They have some great talent. I think the Thunder are probably going to pull this off. But you never know. So Celtics might pull this, but I'm going to say the Thunder are going to win this. How many points will the finals MVP score in? 20, 30, actually no, 31. There. That is it. That is what I think. OKC are going to be the winners. They beat the Celtics. This is what I say. Say in the comments if you think you agree with me. And peace out.